Can't see in the sun, but look where we traveled to. Let's go in and take a look. Old ice cream scoop. The wood. It's the wood. Look at this reamer. It looks deadly, doesn't it? Little egg basket back there. It's 92. Got a hug scraper candlestick, 125. And then if we go down here, look at the oldies. 365 on that, and then 275 on the bale handle pantry. Christmas, 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 Christmas. Look at all the yummy Christmas. Look at that one with the head. Now that's hilarious. Where did we make our first way to? Some ironstone. That's a pretty one. That's very pretty. Pretty little bows. Yeah, I don't want to ship that.
I mean, you can actually.
Yeah, yeah. I'm good with smaller stuff, like that one. That one's really pretty there with the, it's got a stained top.
29.
That's a great price, I think. Look at this one with the, and then we got the blue transfer with a little bit of staining in it. How much for the red? It's kind of got an iridescence to it. I'm not sure if it's a true red. I was hoping to find some butter pads, but I'm not seeing any. Oh, wow. I didn't notice that one, but oh, that's pretty. Beautiful green. 150. Look at the fiber collection. Look at that one. I think 200 is a great price for that one. Especially as many as little cubbies are in there. Oh, that is awesome. Look at the little spry. It's 23, but it's little. Great for your green decor. It's a mouse trap. Mouse trap. Like, that's for the fancy mouse. I don't even know what it is, but look how big it is. It's cool. These little ginger, they can be quite pricey. Oh, this is a mineral water. And look at that one. That one's got its 58. Just something about the graphics. Oh, it's green. Lucite candles. Oh, that is awesome. It's a lot to go into, but right off the bat, I saw an old putz in a baggie. Not something you normally would see. Oh, little candy canes. I'll have to take a moment and look. Little guy. I know, it's just a big piece of wood. Bear, fish, spade. 20. I don't know, there might be a little too much staining. But that's so cute. Showing me how he sees prices on the bottom. Did it work? It did. Oh, well, the bottom.
80, 55, and 59,
So,
60.
Okay, we'll pass on him, but he's so smart. Look at that big piece. That big roaster. The angel? An angel. This is in nice condition. $59. Anything in my price, if that was green, I would even hesitate. But pretty cool. So you said that is $100. Then how much is the green bowl? Oh, how much do we think? If it's 100. Oh, I turned it wrong. Yep. 149. I guess it's staying right here. The difference between a green and blue, about $100. Oh, look at that ring. 138. That's really pretty though. It's primitive. This is a primitive. Oh, look at that. $3.95. I'm thinking I'm not going to be able to buy anything in this booth. 128. That's reasonable. I mean, the prices are what the prices are. Oh, look at this one. Look at that beautiful patina. 134. That seems like a great deal. And they're not as bad as I thought. How much on the grain?
235.
235. Look at that big boy.
No,
Oh, it's got that beautiful repair.
Well,
and it's got some old paint. Look at that. Multiple cubbies. How much you think? 2? 150. I've never seen a green inkwell. Oh, it's green. Oh. Beautiful prims. 265. Maybe I shouldn't have distressed mine as much. Oh, and the little piggy. Okay, we'll look. 38. Look at the textile stamps. That's huge. That is a huge one. 50. Look at that big guy. Showing Chris. Chris is hiding back there. How much is that?
$3.
Oh, it's 90. I was looking. It's booth 50. They're 90. Oops, I was wrong. Look at the swan, 90. It's cool though. Yeah, lots of behind glass here. I'm gonna have to get a key because there's a flower frog back there. I want to see that, if that's an ironstone bowl. Oh, I can't see any of it. That one's cracked. I can't see any of the prices. Oh, okay. Not the whole, but that's a cool way to display buttons. Would you? Oh, look at those hoses. That's a lot of brass. That's a lot of brass. Look at the cubby. I know it has salt and pepper shakers in it, but I have to look at the cubby. Which is cooler, the Christmas or the big old green swung vase? 145 seems like a steal.
Mm-hmm.
But they have, well, they've gone down in price. They're not as, not that they're not selling, they just don't sell as fast as they were. Those nuns are funny. To say those make my OCD a little bit on the happy side. If they're green, I'd probably snag them up. Oh, okay. Nope, not green, red and blue. Only my second ever one that I've seen in person, 245. And that green hobnail is with the turkey drips on it. 72 on that jug. And then 39 on the cracker. Look at the green paint on that.
Look at the craft cheddar.
That's a lot of cheese. But then I saw this little guy. Oh, he's got some nice patina. He's 79. All the way up. He's bigger. He's 69. Probably have to pass on that. But this one's 79. I have one of these in my booth. You doing some carnival game, honey? Show me how strong you are.
It's probably 15 pounds on the end.
It's just heavy. It's just heavy. Look at the basket. It's $285, but oh my gosh, that is gorgeous. And then this hardware, needles, 200, cool piece. Another textile stamp. Good graphic. It's in good shape, but
218, you said?
yeah, 218. It's 218. That's gotta be one of the very first ones I've left behind. But
Look at the Lucky Charms, how the Lucky Charms are.
that's funny. Chris bid on one of these at auction, and it went for over 200, almost 300.
200.
Yeah, and it is $20.
I can't say this is the exact same.
Yeah, yes, it is. We're going for it. It's the exact same one. Yeah.
Well, then that guy's taking a lot.
That's how it works at auctions. I redo my bathroom just to put the green in. But look how pretty it is. I almost think it would glow. I don't know. I don't know if it'll glow through the glass. Probably not, but oh, that's so fun. You know it's going to be a good haul when that's what they packed our yummies in on the way out of Jeffrey's. The kid brought out, he was a kid. What's that, a 30-gallon tow full of stuff. It's gonna be good, y'all. So Jeffrey's is, I don't know, over 2 hours away from us. There wasn't really any auctions. It was super hot this weekend. So if you're constantly selling, which is a good problem to have, you need to constantly be sourcing. So even just taking a weekend off can like bring your inventory down, especially now that I'm selling on Whatnot. In the summertime of all the lake people being here, you cross your fingers, knock on wood, and say a little prayer that the sales stay the way that the sales are, because it's retail. You think you can predict it, but you can't. You think, oh, that is the trending item. Well, no, that this week is this item, and I don't have that item. So we went out about. Chris found a few antique malls on the way down. I think we closed the place. It's big. So yeah, y'all. When he brought out that tote, I was like, oh my goodness. Anyway, I'm just going to lift the stuff up because there's no sense of unpacking it twice, like getting it all out and then showing you. I'm just going to grab it, unwrap it, and then show you. We were blessed that it's usually we are out in the garage. I know, but some people like to see my yummies in my house, even though my island's huge. My island can take it. Wayne, a friend, just put in Wayne just put in our mini split in our garage. So this is in here right now. I'm like, thank you for air conditioning and heat out there. It's one of those things where you get your engine work done in your car and you're like, hey, look at all that money I spent. But it's a necessity. It's one of those. It's not shiny. Well, it is shiny and new, but now I have to redecorate my back area and he's like, well, it's not so pretty. I'm like, that's okay. Being the perfect temperature is, not being too hot, not being too cold. is worth figuring out how to work around an air conditioner. They have the fans that had to go outside, and then I had my stained glass there that my daughter had made. So that's a whole nother video, y'all. I can ramble on. But yeah, let's get into these yummies. It was really busy, so filming was really hard because we came on a Saturday. We came and by the time we got there, I think it was like 2:00. So we spent 3 hours there, and we were like, nobody wants to miss those booths. You want to go in the order. It's not a place you're usually going to go into twice unless you are local and you know exactly the booths that you like. So we kept following like the same couple people groupings so I'm like, I can't film. So that's why there's not a ton of film. Not that they didn't have yummies. I'm like, I'm not filming while people are in here. I did a little bit when I'm like, hey, they left. Anyway, so that's probably why it took us a little bit longer, but I don't know. We like to look at stuff. So, okay, let me stop rambling. And you really want to see, oh my goodness, you want to see Halloween. I know you saw that right off the bat. All year long, I'll pick up the holidays, some little mini pumpkins. I know it's not everybody's jam, and that's okay. That is okay. I am like a kid in the candy store. I love the holidays. I love the whimsical. I don't overthink it. It's a reason to put up decor. It's a reason to shop, and it makes me smile when I do it. So I'm sorry for those who think a little bit differently, and that's okay. It is okay. So these little pie plate holders, and then it has the heart, that primitive vibe. So you can do the pie plates that are collectible that say pie, custard pie, pecan pie. If you were a plate collector like me with ironstone, you could put ironstone. You have your flow blue. You have some pretty plates of your grandma, your china. You don't necessarily have to put pies in them. Oh, okay. I know what this is. That. So these green bowls, now these are the Watts, not the Hall, but these are the Watts, and they are trending extremely hard right now. So that was one of the things I was on the lookout for, were those type of bowls, if I could find them, and then finding that booth that had 7 of them in there. Now my hard part, oh my gosh, my hard part, right down to the really little one, is not keeping them for myself. Not keeping them for myself. Oh, yeah, y'all. So, there is one that is, I think one of these ones, the single ones, had a crack in it. Like you can hear. See, just like Crocs, you can hear when it goes all the way through. There you go. I'm playing the bongos with very old dishes. So I was happy to run across that, trends, as we said, trends come and go, swung bases, fairy lights, hens and nests, bee boxes. We did see one bee box. And I'm like, okay, I already overpaid for one bee box, and I have a bee box in my booth, with the hope to make a little bit of profit off of it. But it sits and it looks pretty. That's all I have to say about that. So I was not going to buy the other bee box to have it sit in my booth. Though I really wanted to, so it had a friend. But anyway, I couldn't believe when I saw this, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is the one Chris was bidding on at that Budweiser auction, and he didn't get it. It was only $20. But you never know. The prices, you can look at eBay all day long, and think somebody has something overpriced. But when it comes to buying the item, y'all, when it goes to you going to the estate sale, the garage sale, the auctions, what did you pay for the item? I mean, if you want to have inventory, that's just how it works. That's why we're all out there sourcing all day, every day we can, y'all. So yeah, I mean, and then when you're at an auction, you're bidding against a collector, and this guy could have been a collector that wanted to pay $200 for the mug. I'm like, eBay is a great source for the bottom dollar, like giving you an idea. Worth Point, we have Worth Point. That is a great to give you that estimate of what they think it's worth. And when it comes down to it, it all depends on what somebody if they really want that item, what they will pay for that item. I know I have people all day long, tell us what you're going to charge for it, tell us your prices. That's why I do dollar starts on whatnot. Even when I would do auctions on eBay, a lot of times I always did $1.99, y'all, because pricing is hard. It's the hardest part of this business. You're either too low, you're too high, and you think, oh, I priced that too low because it just swiped out of my booth real quick. Well, you just happen to have that person that was looking for it at that time. That could have been that too. You never know. Project Piece box. There's my 2 cents on, reselling. I wish I had more insight for you and the extra in the business degree, but I do not. So that's why I don't steer anybody in that direction. I thought I knew that we had been to that gentleman's booth before when we went. We've only been to Jeffrey's one other time, and it was when we went to the Springfield 2 years ago show, which we are going this fall to Springfield, and Alex and Becca are going to come with us, so that'll be fun. Well, they're not. They're driving down because you need 2 vehicles, man. Yeah. Anyway, that was the only time we've ever been to Jeffrey's, and I think it was on the way home, so we didn't have a ton of time. But I remember going into the Ironstone booth and think, and I really thought, I'm not looking for great huge pieces. And as somebody who ships items, like I love that crazed one. That crazed one was wonderful, but then that box is going to get big by the time you wrap the bottom and then you wrap the top. I'm like, okay, I'm going to leave that for somebody else to come in and get it. And then there again, I do dollar start auctions, so you have to decide, like, do I think I'm going to make my money back or not? There's that. So a couple of the Scotch tape, well, these aren't not Scotch tape, but they're the Scotch ice packs, and I think they're adorable for vignettes and to create for Christmas time. Absolutely. So I usually will pick those up. How you froze metal, I have no idea. But then I get to put it back together. It's a couple of the thermoses. Chris is like, do you realize how many thermoses you were picking up? And I'm like, wow. Okay, I'll stop. Hey, isn't that funny how you see something and you're like, oh, I need to pick that up. And then you're like, oh, well, now I got 6 of them. Oh, yeah. It's just how it goes. It's like Christmassy, man. I remember what we bought, but it's a couple days later, y'all. Oh, Chris found a Budweiser mug. And he said, hey, that could be my morning coffee, even though his coffee cup is much bigger than this. But anyway, for his collection. I love that he was actually finding stuff for his collection. He got an old, look at how that is up there. So somebody had emptied it from the bottom. Budweiser can. He collects Budweiser, if you do not know. And a couple of the wax cups that somehow have survived their lives this long. Found a booth that had a whole bunch of Victor mugs, and I felt like they were in really good shape, Victor mugs. So Victor's the old Ironstone restaurant-ware mugs. Imagine sitting at the diner having your morning coffee and that. I think I got 4. I'm trying to grab the ones that I think I got 4. I did not grab that. Let's see, what's in this one? The nice thing about all this wrapping is somebody will get it in one of their packages, because that's what you reuse for the cushioning of it all. Oh yes, a little chunky no handle creamer. Yeah, so a lot of the items I found today were in cases, and I am terrible about, I know there was a couple cases I took pictures of. I forgot to ask. Why is that? And I know it's the same thing at our mall, that people are like, oh, it's in a case. I'm not going to take the time. They do make it pretty convenient. At the end of like a section, they have a light you can flip on. They have a little CB radio. I didn't do the CB radio. I did. A lady that was stocking her booth actually did it once for me. I'm like, oh, there's no light here. I was comfortable with the light, but not talking on the CB. But they're, and it took like a minute for them to show up to unlock a case for you. So, because sometimes you couldn't see the prices or you wanted to see the item a little bit closer. So don't be intimidated. I mean, a lot of these finds today were in the cases. Cute little bench that I don't have to, little stool bench I don't have to do anything to. Now, if it doesn't sell as is, then it's an option for me to do something to. The flower frog, I was going to be opening that up. I'm like, there's a flower frog in there. So definitely had to get that piece. Look at, I love the green and then the metal, because the green has wore off with time. It's amazing. Okay. It'll run long because I'm opening up all the containers, all the packages here and rambling. Oh, yes, there was a case, and he got it all out. He was just happened to be walking past before I could film. And I'm like, oh, before he gets too far with the keys, I'm going to say, hey, I need this. I'm like, hold on, can I film? Can I film these real quick? That's why they were on the top of the case. So a couple iron, or, the English crockery. One of the things I don't pass up, because it's not, like I said, you're not just walking into antique store going, I am going to get myself a marmalade jar today. I'm going to get no, nope. You have to look. So I mean, as long as it's not outrageous, I just pick them up. Oh, Chris got another Budweiser. He must not have had the smaller size. Oh, this is a English cream crockery. Actually, the one that I have of this, Lizzie, I got on Lizzie's Whatnot. So, yeah, there again, not stuff. If I didn't already have one, I would be keeping it, but I do have one where she gets all the yummies from England. I think this is another Victor mug. Yes, another Victor mug. I think that's my last thing. My last thing's wrapped. I needed a rolling pin. And you're probably like, there's an item I bought. You may have already seen it by the time you see this video. And it has a rolling pin holder. And I didn't want green handled. And I needed it to be long. So there was a booth that just happened to have one I thought would hold up to what I needed it for my own decor. Chris got an amazing deal on this Tonka. He resells these. And these are usually so rusty, crusty, y'all. But the collectors, unlike stuff that I collect, they don't want it as rusty, crusty. So the rubber is good. It is all metal. I think this might be plastic. But most of it is metal, which is the collectors, the boys and their toys. So he was happy to run across that. Seeing if I could get the box up here. Giving me big hair. Cheese box with the wording in the right direction. And then another cheese box. I have a lot of clothespins, y'all. You guys liked the clothespins the other day. I try to get them that they were open in that direction. Chris found me this for my religious area. It's a brass crucifix. It's actually 2 parts. So I just need to clean that up. Oh, hold on. There was one I didn't unwrap. I thought I had everything unwrapped. Oh, it's another little chunky, no-handled creamer. A butter scoop with that beautiful feeling of how many times it's been used and touched. Oh, there is a feeling, y'all. I did find a putch. It seems like I thought I got 2 putch sheep. Hopefully he didn't forget it. Oh, there it is. Oh, he just threw it in there. That's dangerous. So I did in that booth that I wanted to spend all day in. And then the other one was in the case. You don't see a lot of putch sheep, so that's another thing that I collect. I have a few in my booth, but they don't really sell. So They're always an option if I'm redecorating. These are some the bells that would come off the horse. Can't you just imagine the horses right now? But yeah, who doesn't like to use those in crafting? Just sitting them as a bowl, and I thought they were very cost efficient. They were in a case too, so I had to get those. Pincushion of a tomato. These were in a case. Love to put these. I love to decorate with these at Christmas. And then when I got in the case to get the flower frogs, there were these old house numbers, but they're old numbers. I don't, they don't have to make sense. They don't. They're just old numbers are cool. In my mind, anyway. I forgot there was a booth that had quite a few pairs of Santa boots and I forgot about it. But I did get this plastic Santa boot. I'm running low on Santas to resell or to craft with, so I'm always looking for Santas now. Now that I know you hate to say we're kissing, but so I got 3 Santas, another flower frog, a green flower frog. I think that was actually my first grab when we went in there. Oh, beautiful. Then look at the patina butter press, which is the ones I collect, but we'll see. We'll see. Candy canes. I love to do candy canes. I love the stripes. And then my last thing is a box of mica snow. I don't know anything about it, but I love old advertising. And then this was in a case also. Holy all. It was a good haul. It was a very good haul. If you want to stick around, I did a social media. I met a lady. We stopped in a little town. This thing's like if you drive the highway, you don't get to see all these little antique stores and all these little towns. We just happened to be going through a town. What was her name? Yeah, Liberty Center. And we're walking out of the antique store. It said it had eateries because it was going like on 1:00. But the pizza place that we looked up was closed. And so we actually saw, so I can insert my social media that I gave her a shout out. Video at the front. I didn't know.
We were just talking about how she ran into you at some auctions, and we love all this kind of stuff, and she has a booth down here too. Okay. And she says, "Yeah, I ran into her at some auctions."
That's good. I want to be friendly, and I love to support small business. So. And so we're walking out of the antique store, and she recognized me. I know my hair is like Daryl the Barrel Orange. I know that it is. That's why I said to Chris, I was like, would you not notice me if I had a different color of hair? It's not a bad thing at all. So she opened her shop back up. We got to take a look. If you don't follow me on social media, I always love to give small businesses a shout out. She gave us her story. So check out Marigold Market. I love the whole story behind that. Her dad, I believe it was her dad, she said, was huge into marigolds. She has a picture there of them being in marigolds and how they had gone and deadhead all the marigolds. Marigolds smell amazing. So it's a grocery store turned into a flower shop that they bought, and then it's part of gift shop where she crafts and she resells stuff. So I'll just do the little shout out because I've already taken care of that, but I do have one other haul and a viewer's gift. On the way down, we don't even know the town that we stopped in. Yeah, he didn't give us a business card, and it was great. It was just like, oh, this is amazing. I don't even think like my social media there was anything on like, I think it's just called Antique Store, Antique Mall, or yeah. So I mean, I gave him a business card, but he didn't really say too much. But yeah, so let's move tables because that's how I have to do it because the other stuff is set up and I don't want to forget to add in that viewer's gift. So I hope you all are staying cool. I think there's actually a couple in here. There was another little town. Oh, where the Marigold was, there's another little antique store, and that's the antique store we stopped at. There again, we didn't get a name or anything, but there was one booth that had a whole bunch of these signages, and if you follow me, you know if I turn you around. So I actually looked for these old signages that they would have used for open houses or whatever, open stores. I love the pop of red. And so I picked up what they had because I thought that, if I like it, maybe somebody else likes it. The hard thing is when you've gone to multiples, you forget what you had gotten. A green lunch pail that actually has gray, or is it faded? I don't know, but great decor pieces we got there. Sticking with that Christmas plaid, old picnic basket. Prices were wonderful there. And then I think my last thing that I got there was this. It's a little cubby. For littles, we love cubbies, and then got a little extra there. So that was a fun find. And then the gentleman's one, there was a booth I fell in love with. Look at the toastiness of this. Oh, that is some toastiness. And the other day I was asked a question about how do you reproduce this? Like, they're accusing people apparently of faking. I don't know. How would you? How would you? Because it is somewhere along the lines, there is crackage somewhere or stainage where the iron in the stone is coming through. I mean, it just has to be that right crazing. I mean, even this one, I mean, I don't even see the crazing on it, but you have all the toastiness. I don't, y'all, come on. I guess there's a whatnot seller, and she always has a lot of the toastiness. That's what she's hunting for. That's all of us that reseller are looking for this. So, and a lot of people consider it as is. They consider it damaged ironstone. So, yeah, it might be in her area that they want what I collect, which is the bright white, in the not the crazed off. That's just what I collect. But I don't really understand that concept. Just look at this one. This one's the same thing. Look at, you don't really see the crazing. I mean, you see it from underneath, but it is stained. It is beautiful stained. And yes, this one was from another small little shop that we'd stopped at. Dug in their silverware. They had some silverware at the bottom of a cupboard. And I'm like, I'm digging. And I found a tomato spoon. Great green handled for vignettes, a little knife. This was from the gentleman's store. Some spools. I love the green. So I did 3 green, and then because this one has a little bit of the stripage left. I thought 3 of them did anyway, or maybe I only got 2. I don't know, but green, and that's all it took. But yeah, look at, I don't know. I don't how you would cause something to be toasty. I have no idea. I mean, it's the extreme temperature, I think, of being hot and the extreme temperature of being cold, and then you're chancing of actually even breaking the piece. So I don't know how to answer that one. Not something I'm going to look into. Little spice, green topped spice, milk glass, Italian. These are one of those Italy frames with a little girl. Found 2 salt glazed, totally different salt glazed type of lambs. I usually do well with lambs. This one, BP. But look at the difference in how it's been finished, though. This one's very shiny. This one has texture to it. Hey, you just never know. And right off the bat, I spied this. I love littles. It was in a case. Oh, look at the little, I don't know. Would you put your condiments in there? Would you have ketchup back in the day when you were taking your lunch with you? I just absolutely love that. Laying on the floor, I noticed this. I'm like, oh, Christmas red. But it is a marshmallow. It's one of the marshmallows with the labels. I have a couple, and then at Christmas I just put them out like this so you see the marshmallow. Now, somebody along the line took these shoe fly screens and put some material around them. If you really wanted to, you could just soak it in hot soapy water. I think it kind of gives it a little bit of character. They are old, so I would just leave them as is. I think it's kind of a neat idea. It gives it some texture. Oh, look at that! Is that not beautiful? Another one of these butter mold presses. I knew it was going to be good. That shop was going to be good when I did this. And then we were talking about the green striped, and then I saw this. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's a haul. I knew that was a haul. It is chipped right here. It is damaged. This is old, y'all. They are very old. And the green is like a tealy green. But I follow a couple different Facebook sites, and people have been looking for these pictures, and I was somewhere where I patched up like 3 of the pictures. I was just looking for the bowls. I wasn't looking for the pictures. So shame on me. Shame on me for thinking, yeah. Anyway, and then it was 50% off. The whole. Anyway, there was that. And then I thought, this is a shippable. I know people are looking for Crocs. This is an old candy one without the lid. As long as it doesn't have cracks or anything and it's not super heavy, I don't mind doing a salt glazed Croc. But it would be shipped. It would be shipped alone. And then we're talking about the green. And now these are the haul ones. Hello, we got one. This one's got some. But oh, that's what I said. I'm like, what am I supposed to do? I just keep on? I do actually have some of the Watt ones in my and it's funny, mine are a little bit creamier. Let me show you. So I didn't grab both of them, and I'm not even positive who this is. But see how it's a little bit wider because I thought it would go with my ironstone. And then I had picked up, let me grab one of these. So I picked up more because I thought, oh, I want to match it. And then I ended up selling these on eBay before because I thought they were going to match the white for my ironstone. That's what I'm like. And I haven't found any of this color again yet. I mean, because they are very trending right now. I don't know. Like, do I change to this? Do they match? Can you mix and match? Oh, I don't know. We'll figure it out. And then my last thing, how many butter pats can you put in this chicken feeder? When I was picking it up, there was a couple, and the gentleman was going to proceed to tell me what it was. Or he was asking his wife if she knew what it was. I knew what it was. My son chose chickens. We did 4-H. That was sweet of him. And he's like, oh, you're going to feed your chickens? I'm like, no, I'm going to put small little butter pat plates in it. Oh, and she's like, the lady was so cute because she's like, I never thought about putting decor in. Yeah, my one that holds my big plates is a chicken feeder, so that's awesome. Gonna do the viewer's gift, and if you all, thank you, Denise, for sharing with me via somebody else's reel that Michael's was putting out their Halloween. Y'all, I know, like Halloween in July. I know that completely missed it before. And so I quickly got online and I'm like, oh, it's not available it's kept saying coming soon. And when our way home, we finally got something to eat. We stopped in Adrian and I'm like, hey, there's a Michael's and Adrian. And I know it's like 7:00 at night and we've been gone all day. But can we run over to Michael's and see what they have, if they have any of that, if by chance? And so Chris is always so kind, and we just left with a cart full, and no, it wasn't on sale. If it was me, I would have picked the black cat, but Chris liked the pumpkin candy. So we went for the pumpkin because they're not cheap. Yeah, $69.99. Not cheap. But I feel like Michael's, it's got the vintage vibe going on. And they're going to be hot sellers. I can already predict it because the stuff was already gone and they had just put it up that day. It is good. It is good. So I don't know. And then people, of course, always will buy for resale if you can. I mean, because that's, you got to. I mean, that's just how it goes. I do black cats. So that was the motivation for Denise to share it with me because she knew I collected black cats. It's a ring toss, kind of cool. The vintage vibe is amazing. Resin piece. Now this one is paper mache. I only got the cat, and then they had the little buckets. These are resin. They're not paper mache. Love the cat. It's funny. I liked like the pumpkin in this one. I didn't. I don't know. The eyes were kind of weird for me, but the old ones. That I was explaining that because this was $29.99. I was explaining to the girl that was checking out. I'm like, if you buy a true antique vintage paper mache, the cats are even more expensive. You're going to go to $300 to $500 just on the one vintage, and then the paper mache pumpkins, you're going to at least $200, if not more, depending on if they still have their insert. So I guess that was my reasoning. Like, I'm getting all this for the price I would pay for one of those. So, and it's got to be new sometime. Those were new sometime. That's the way I look at it. And they had these. Oh, these. Yeah. Yes, these are so cute. So cute. Almost remind, like, and then I'll show you the next. So I'm not sure if Tim Holtz inspired them about the vintage vibe, but then you got the little mini, the little cat with the bucket. You got the little pails. And then you got the little cat on a pumpkin. These are just miniatures. I have a whole little cubby that I decorate with little Halloween. And then I bought extras because these are definitely cost efficient where I can make vignettes out of them. The bigger bases, not so much, but we'll see if I'm able to get any online when they're on sale or not, or how fast they sell. But I wanted to share them with y'all. I really want to decorate for Halloween, but it's a little early. I do think I can see why people have rooms. I totally can see why people have rooms. Okay, viewer's gift. Thank you for hanging with me, y'all. Thank you for a quick little shopping trip has turned into a long haul, and this is from a new subscriber. Linda, I am a new subscriber. Enjoyed both of your channel. I'm a lover of thrifting, crafting kitties. I came across these items as I was cleaning my craft closet and thought of me bringing you cheer and warm. And sorry, sorry, she doesn't have any Budweiser. Oh, thank you. And then I love that she get a couple little paw prints for her fur babies. I love it. They're good. Talking about the holidays. Look at bottle brush trees. These are good bottle brush trees. I always say, when you're out and about, green are pretty common. They're still awesome. But if you can find ones that are unique in color, pick them up because it just sets you apart from the next guy. Like when you're creating vignettes, yeah. And then if you ever see any Bethany Lowe one, grab those. Oh, the Hobby Lobby coasters that I use. Actually, I might have already used these or coming up using these because I bought some candlesticks at Goodwill to make over. Oh, thank you. A tomato, the pincushion tomato. Linda, that is so. Oh, there's another little tomato. Oh, look at how little he is. I love how you stuck the needles in to keep the little strawberries in. Linda, thank you. Oh, I thought this was just stuffing, but I think there's something in here. Oh, careful, careful, careful. Oh, little bitty bottles. Little bitty apothecary corked bottles. Oh, you could put some mad potions in there for Halloween. I'm on a Halloween mode now. There again, y'all. It's just whimsical. It's just fun. You don't have to think anything. Oh, hi, kitty. That is so sweet. Love it. I'm so drawn to animals. Oh, there we go. Oh, yes, there. Yes, definitely that way. That way. I know now. I know now. These did not sell for me, and I know that. Yes. Yeah, making it into something you could put your decor on. And there's something about chippy paint. They're not fun to pre-sand though. They're not. But Linda, thank you so much, y'all. Thank you for hanging with me. We'll see if I keep the green bowls because I'm a reseller. That's what I'm supposed to be doing. I hate to tease somebody and then not sell something, but we'll see. I have some decor changes I'm doing in my house because I'm ready to take down my Americana, my strawberries. I think we're done with strawberry season here locally. And yeah, I need something in between now and Halloween. Thanks so much for hanging with me. We'll see you next time. And you can see what I'm up to again. Thank you, Linda, for the viewer's gift. I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. Just y'all commenting, sharing our content means the world to us. So we'll see you next time, and you can see where we've been shopping. Bye.